Hello everyone, welcome to the Take Care Man channel. My name is Todd. In this video, I'm going to be doing the My First Shave Soap video tag. It's also been called the My First Good Shave Soap because I think some people didn't want to use their first shave soap because it might not be that great. I was tagged by Garrett Smallwood, aka the Shaving Disciple. Check his video link below, and also a link to his channel below in the description. So thanks, Garrett, for the tag. Let me go ahead and mention my tag. I'm going to be tagging Drew Williams over at the Whisker Assassin, and a link to his channel below as well. So check that out. So to figure out my first good shaving soap, I had to go back and look at my order history, emails, and Gmail. So from Amazon, and in those days, Italian Barber, West Coast Shaving, Maggards, some from Phoenix and Sterling, and sort of try to figure out what was my first good shaving soap. Now, what's funny is I looked at my history, and the first thing that I did was I actually was looking for a shower brush, you know, like scrubbing your back. And I think in looking for those brushes, I found a shaving brush. And I was like, oh, I wonder what you do with that. And I noticed that I even, like close to that order on Amazon, placed an order for a cartridge razor. I think I'd been using cartridge razors for years, but like a, you know, just a newer one or whatever, just an updated one or something. And I thought I was going to use this with my existing cartridge razor. And I think must possibly the existing like canned goo or cream or whatever I was using, which was probably like I really liked the back then I liked the Aveeno canned shaving gel a lot. So I'm sure I was trying to use that brush that I ended up purchasing with that gel. Now the brush I purchased, which at the time was $10.95, now it's like $16.95 on Amazon. I'll link it below, and it comes in a black handle or a wood handle. It's the Perfecto Badger brush, and right now it's kind of flat now because I've had it soaking here for a little bit. But this is a decent brush. I mean, it's sort of low-end quality Badger hair, but it works really well. But anyway, I had to try to figure out what my first good shaving soap was. And the first time I ordered actual good shaving soaps was I ordered a collection of samples from Amazon of Taylor of Old Bond Street soaps. And so I went through these several samples trying to figure out which one I liked best, even had my wife and my daughter smell of those or whatever. And the one I settled on, I actually ended up not ordering initially, but I did order it later. And the one I liked the most was the one ordered. It was labeled as the St. James. It's listed as the St. James Collection on the actual label, and it's called Luxury Shaving Cream. But just on the sample I had, it just said St. James. And this was the scent that I liked the best. But it was not the first tub that I ever ordered that was quality shaving soap. I ordered another tub first, and the first full tub of soap I ever ordered was, and I actually was going to the t-shirt drawer to find a t-shirt to put on for the shave. I had on a button-up shirt, and the shirt I pulled out happened to be one for the soap I was using, which blew my mind. But yeah, I ordered this shirt not long ago. But anyway, it's Sagre de Drago from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And so here's the soap, and here is the splash. You can see this is in one of the older style bottles from PAA. But you can see how much you can, see the bottom there in this that I've used. I've also given a few samples out of this. But it's oud, sandalwood, several other notes. I'll put those on the screen here. It is a little barnyardy. It's got a little bit of a farmyard, deep, dark, oud, sandalwood. It's beautiful. I like it. It's in my wheelhouse. It's not one I would necessarily use before going into the office because I do think it could be a little polarizing. I think it's beautiful. I think it would be good for date night or whatever.
Great on a hot summer night. This is great any night. This is like if you got a hot date or whatnot. I wouldn't advise wearing this to church because it's sexy, folks. Straight up sexy. Although I have heard people do.
But I always use it just kicking around. It's really, really good. And so I'm going to use it tonight because that is the first good shaving soap, full puck, that I ever purchased and used. So that's what we're going to use. I'm using the Parker, I think it's the 26C. I'll correct it here below or put the correct name below. And I look back also at my order history, and one of the first sets of blade or first types of blades I ordered was this green Gillette 7 o'clock super stainless. So that's what I've got here in this Parker. Now my first razor was an Edwin Jagger D89, which I liked, but I ended up since then giving that to my brother. But this is one of the razors I got close after that. I bought a couple of cheaper Razor Rock razors, like the low-end razors, but I gave the D89 to my brother. I picked up this Parker open comb, which I like quite a bit, and I used it recently and showed how I accidentally took a lot of the black coating of the handle off by soaking it in barbicide too long. Got the brush soaking. I'm going to load the brush and come back and we'll get into the shave. All right, so I've wet the face. Got tons of proto lather down here in the tub. So this has been a difficult week for me. Had some personal and family stuff I had to take care of at the beginning of the week and dealing with some challenges. And then I went and got the booster vaccine, my first COVID vaccine, and second dose was with Pfizer, as was my booster, which I got this week. I didn't have any reaction to the first injection I got, but on the second one, I basically had flu-like symptoms for about a day, and they didn't set in until about 48 hours after I had the injection, so I thought I'd actually sort of missed the window when I might experience a reaction, but it was almost 2 days later, but it only lasted for about a day. But this time, the reaction set in about 24 hours later, and it's lasted basically 2 whole days. I think I might also have developed a cold on top of that, because my daughter had a cold, and we drove back from Thanksgiving 8 hours together in a car, and she was sick. We had to stop and get her medicine and stuff. And so yeah, that's why my voice is a little hoarse and kind of sniffly and sneezy and coughy, and I don't feel great. I still have sort of a low-grade fever, or I do have a low-grade fever, and just not feeling great. But I want to get this shave done because I have some other ones I want to do and share with you. And again, I appreciate the tag from Garrett. Even though I was just loading the brush in the tub, it built quite a bit of lather just trying to load. Even though I soaked this Badger for a while now, it's not as good as I remember it being, meaning it's still pretty rough. But for $10.95 at the time, and I knew nothing about brushes when I ordered it. It was just one of the ones that Amazon popped up when I was actually looking just for a shower brush. So I think we may add just a little bit of water to this, or a lot of water. Yeah, the scent's great, and it has to be a strong scent to sort of break through this stuffy nose I have. But yeah, so this all, when I started getting into wet shaving supplies, I'll put it that way, was in March of 2018. It's been longer than I thought it was. It's approaching 4 years, and I think I recently even said maybe on a couple of, like on Shaveline MBD with Miles for Miles and Razor Ray, I think I may even said it was more recent than that, but it's been almost 4 years now. And like I said, clearly I was trying to order this brush and used my cartridge razor, and then I ordered ordered the samples from Taylor von Braun Street and got some Clubman Panade and then some fine American blend. But this was the first full puck of soap I ever ordered, was Sagre de Drago from PAA. So let's get in here with this first pass. Again, Gillette 7 o'clock super stainless. That's the green package. There's also a yellow 7 o'clock, which has got a different title, which I'll roll in down here for you. I did notice I ordered several different blades from West Coast Shaving also in March of 2018. So that's really when my journey down this path started, was in March of 2018. This is the original CKE formula, or I don't know if original is the right word, because I'm sure there was a formula before this, but not the CK6. And again, CK stands for Crown King. At one time, I think that was the name of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I know it was like How to Grow a Mustache at one point, and I think he and Fran like combined company. I don't totally know the history, but I do know CK stands for Crown King. It's the only Phoenix Splash I have that is not in the new type bottles. I used this Parker in a recent shave and it felt more aggressive than I remembered. From using it a long time before that, but honestly, with the Rockwell 6C and 6S, the Merkur 43C, and the Blackland Vector, like everything else, feels kind of second fiddle. A good first pass. Had a nick or two here, I think, with some existing bumps. So yeah, let me know below in the comments. I'm actually going to load a little more because I think when I tried to add water a while ago, plus this brush is really scritchy. When I tried to add water a while ago, I washed off too much of the existing lather out of the brush. So we're kind of, even though this is scritchy, we're kind of go back here and add a little bit more. Second pass against the grain. So yeah, let me know below if you've had any of your vaccine injections, and if whether first, second, or booster or whatever, if you've had reactions. Also, in rare cases, I know there have been some adverse reactions to the vaccines. So certainly respect anybody's individual decisions about whether they elected to get the vaccine or not. For me personally, particularly because I'm kind of medically fragile in the sense that I'm obese and use CPAP therapy. Know that people who have health challenges like that tend to have poor outcomes with COVID, so I decided to get vaccinated and take the booster. But yeah, thanks once more to Garrett for this tag. Appreciate it. And Drew, I look forward to seeing what I actually think you've been wet shaving longer than I have. Kind of did it for a while and then went away and came back to it, I think. I'll do a little touch up here. And again, this 26C Parker is a little more aggressive than I remember. It's not super aggressive, but also because I'm just not feeling great. I think that's probably that I've probably been bearing down, not focusing, and like applying too much pressure. I hope the volume's okay. I put I clipped the mic to my camera mount or my phone mount because the last couple of shaves had water drop down on to the microphone and it starts crackling and then sort of messes up the microphone for the rest of the shave. So today I decided just to clip it here to be on the safe side. All right, let's rinse this off and we'll get into the post shave. So yeah, in an older style Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements splash bottle, you can kind of see the color there of the splash. It smells very similar to soap. It's a little more, I would say, boozy. Like when I smell it, I get a little bit of a whiskey or bourbon vibe. And before you commenters jump in, I know bourbon is technically whiskey. It's a subgenre of whiskey, but I'm just saying, reminds me a little bit of bourbon, like smelling it from a distance. Oh yeah, much richer, boozy. Oh yeah, that's very nice. Oh yeah, that's really good stuff. I liked it so much I bought the beard oil scented with this when I got it. Also have the deodorant, and I'm also going to go in here and apply. And this is in the old style Star Jelly. The first, I think, version of Star Jelly came in these types of containers instead of the pump. So we're going to get a little bit of that on here. because this time of year my skin starts drying out. We do have some irritation. You see it popping up there. Kind of scraped in a couple places where it was bearing down. So I love the way the shave soap smells, but this, like the splash, is really nice. And that's something I would note. And I do this a lot with balms. I'll come back over top with the alcohol splash to kind of thin the balm out a little bit. This is good stuff. I've long wanted to order the EDT. It's about $10 more than the other EDTs because of getting the actual oud, the agar wood, is expensive. And so Douglas, charges a little extra for that. But again, it's not an everyday scent. But yeah, I just love the way this splash smells. It's great. But yeah, that's my first good shaving soap, and actually my first full puck of non-canned shaving gel, goo, foam, whatever you want to call it. It's Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Sagre de Drago. And this, by the way, would be Plague Doctor. As you know, doctors during the plague dressed up in this kind of get up. So yeah, that's the shave. And thanks again, Garrett, for I think the fourth time now I've said this. But yeah, check him out below in the description. Also check out the Whisker Assassin. And also check out the Take Care Men Mental Health Podcast, link below as well. Also consider giving to our podcast. We'd really appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed the shave. And until next time, take care, man.